Hi everyone, it's Narelle here. I wanted to quickly show you how to download files from the Dreaming Tree website and upload those into Cricut Design Space. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing this using one of the free files from Dreaming Tree. So I'm going to click on Free SVG Files, and the file that I want to download is this one here, which is this high heel greeting card. I'll just X out of that one. So this is the one I want to download, so I'm going to click on that file there, and then I can click on that one to get rid of that one. I'm going to go Add to Cart, and it's a free file, so it's not going to cost me anything. So now I go straight to Checkout, and I need to log in if I'm not logged in, so I can do that here. So I'm going to do that one there. And then I can then just go and click Place Order. So I'll do that there. And then once that's finished, it'll give me a link where I can then download that SVG to my computer. So here I am at the download screen. So under this download heading, I've got this high heel greeting card. So I'm going to click on that one, and then I need to tell it where I want to save that. Now I have created a folder on my computer called SVGs, and within that folder I've then created other folders that contain a folder for each of the different companies that I get files from. So I'm going to click on the Dreaming Tree one there, and then now I can just click Save, and it will save that high heel greeting card into that directory. So now if I go to that directory, I'll go into SVGs and then Dreaming Tree. You can see that I've got this high heel greeting card that I've just downloaded, but it's still zipped, so I can't use that in Design Space or any program until I unzip that. So I have two options. I can click on it or hover over it and then right click, and then I have an Extract All option. I can do that, or I can click on that file and then it will come up into another screen where it gives me an Extract All button there. So both ways do exactly the same thing. So I'm just going to click the Extract All option there, and then this screen's going to come up. So again, you need to tell it where you want that those extracted files to be created, and then what's important from my point of view is to have this show extracted files when complete. So that means that once it's extracted them, it's going to show you the extracted files, not the files that are still in the zipped folder. So with that selected, I'm going to click Extract. And now when I look at this, I've got this folder here, and these are now the extracted files. They're not zipped. So you can see as I click through there, they're all extracted. It doesn't say zipped anywhere. And then if I go into the SVG folder, you can see that I've got those elements there. So now all I need to do is go into Design Space and I can bring those in. So let's go back to Design Space here. And then I'm going to go and click on the Upload button, Upload Image, select Browse, and then I need to go and navigate to the folder that contains those images or those SVGs that I just downloaded. So I'm going to my SVG folder, into my Dreaming Tree folder, and then you'll see I've got these 4 zipped files here, and then above that I've got the high-heeled greeting card that contains the files that I've unzipped. So these other the three last ones there are bundles that I haven't yet unzipped. So I've got the high heel greeting card zipped version, and then above that the high heel greeting card unzipped version. So I'm going to go into that one and keep going through until I get to the SVGs. So now I'm going to click on that SVG folder, and I've got these 4 elements here, which are the main parts of that file or that design. And then I've got an envelope folder that's going to contain the envelope that matches that folder, that design, and then I've got an extras folder. Now if you go into the extras folder, you're going to see you've got this folder here which is called Solid Score Lines. Now if you like to use the scoring stylus or the scoring wheel on the Maker, then you might like to go into the solid score lines and insert those instead of those other 4 that were on that first screen that I showed you. So these are the 4 main pieces of that design, and they have the solid score lines, and then above that you'll see the solid score line version of the envelope. So let's go back a few steps so we can see where we started. So this was where we first went in, and they were the 4 main pieces of that design, and they include the score lines, which are the little dotted cut lines. Now, if you, as I said, if you prefer the solid score lines, then don't upload these 4 pieces to your design space. Go into the extras folder, into the solid score lines folder, and upload these 4 pieces. So that the pieces themselves are exactly the same, but one has the dashed score lines and the other one has the solid score lines. So let's go and, since we're on this screen, we'll go and upload the solid score line element. So we're going to click on the first one, and that's going to show here on our screen. We'll click Save. For these sorts of files, I usually go ahead and I will put tags on them, but for this video I'm not going to do that. But I just keep going and repeating that process until I've got all the pieces that I need. So I'll select Save, keep going and selecting Upload that piece, Save, and then another one which will give me my last piece, and that's that piece there. So I'm going to click Save, and that's going to give me those 4 main pieces of the design, and these are the ones that have the solid score lines in them. So I need to add these to my canvas, so I click them 1, 2, 3, 4. They're added to the queue down here, and I just click Insert Images. So there's my 4 pieces on the mat there ready to cut. There's a couple of things that I need to do first. So first of all, I'm just going to move these apart, and there's my 4 pieces. Now these 3 pieces don't have any score lines, so there's actually nothing that we have to do to those pieces. They're ready to go. But this one here is the one that's got our score line. So you can see that down the middle there, and it shows as a solid score line. But first of all, we need to change that to from cut to score, because if you have a look over in the layers panel here, all of those layers on that piece there are set to cut, but we need to change that score line to score. So we need to select that piece. Now we don't have to ungroup that to do that. We can just go in here and select the piece that we want. So I've selected that first one, and that's shown these pieces here. Now I don't need those. So I click on the next one, and you can see that that's the score line there. So now with that piece selected, I go up to the line type box, click on that and select score, and it changes that now to a score line. Now it looks like the dashed cut score line that you'll see if you imported the other type of score lines. It's just a representation to you to show you that that's going to be a score line. It won't actually cut like that. It's going to cut as a solid score line. So once you've done that, you need to then go and attach that score line to the piece that it belongs to, so that they both cut in the correct position. So to do that, I'm going to click on that piece there, and then I'm going to go down to the Attach button here and click on that, and that is now ready to go. So there's my 4 pieces all ready to be cut. So let's see what happens when we go up to the Make It button. So there's our black front layer, and there's our green layer, the blue layer, and the pink, all ready to go. So that's it. That's all you need to do. Hopefully that helped you work out how to get those SVGs into Design Space. There is it can be tricky sometimes if you download those files to your computer, you unzip them, but if you forget to go outside of that zip file to go and get the unzipped versions of these SVGs, that's where you'll run into problems, and you'll get an error saying that you can't that file can't be uploaded. So that's usually the reason for that. So hopefully that is helpful. Comment below if you've got any questions, and I'll try and help you out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.